We just took a look at how to manually apply stylistic color grading to your clips by way of adding multiple corrections. In this movie, we'll take a look at how to do much the same thing, but instead of manual adjustments, I'm going to show you how to use templates. So I'm going to go into my 10.4 project, and I'm going to come to my marker here, and this is sort of the representative image that we have been using. In the last movie, I converted all of my B-roll into a connected clip, and then I'm going to open the inspector, Command 4. We created two effects. We created a bleach bypass look, and we created a desaturated, dusty, warm look. I'm going to deselect both of these, and I'm going to go into my Color and Effects workspace. And I'm going to come down to my effects browser and choose looks. First, I want to revisit something that we learned earlier in the course. We know that many of these effects, especially the ones in the looks category here, can help stylize the way that our footage looks. I'm sort of just skimming over these so you can get a sense of the various looks that we have. Now, in the previous movie, we created our own bleach bypass look. And if I didn't want to go through the steps in setting that up from scratch, then I could just use this one here within the effect browser. So now I'm just going to drag and drop this on, and I have my bleach bypass look, and here you can see bleach bypass has been added in the inspector. The difference here, though, is that I cannot climb into my color board and affect this further. The only parameter that I have is amount, so I can dial down the amount of bleach bypass or up, but I can't come into my color board and make further modifications because it's not tied with the color correction effect. So what if I did want the ability to have more control but still use a template? Well, let me disable my bleach bypass for now, and I'm going to come back to color, and I'm going to add color correction. And we've done this before, but we're not going to do this completely manually. Instead, here's my color correction 4. I'm going to come into my color board, and instead of beginning to manually manipulate each of these controls, I'm going to come down to presets. When I choose any of these presets, you can see that it certainly affects my image. Lots of different looks here. But take a look at what's happening in the color board. Each of these presets is associated with manipulating the color, saturation, and exposure controls within my color board. And what this means is that I can come in and modify this further. So, speaking of bleach bypass, I'm going to come down to Winter Sun. I think this looks a lot like the look I was going for, but I can come in and change this if I like. Maybe I want to not crunch my blacks and whites quite so much. Come into my saturation and bring up my mid-tone saturation a bit, and maybe I want to back off of my blues a little bit. So now this is the new look. If I want to save this out, I can come to Presets and Save Preset, and I can call it Bleach Bypass, and OK. And now you can see that it's available in my menu. So just to show you, let me come to an interview clip where we can apply this. I'll go ahead and select Sean's clip, and then come into Presets and Bleach Bypass, and it's been applied to my clip. So as you can see, applying presets is an easy and efficient way to quickly change the look of your footage, and if you need to manipulate that look further, no problem at all. And of course, if you want to create a preset from a correction that you create completely from scratch, that's absolutely an option as well.